Hello, welcome to a very special Speed Gaming Weekly race. I'm John Tabin, joined on commentary by KTAP 4321. Good evening, KTAP.
Good evening, John. I'm excited for this because these runners have had a week to optimize the heck out of the seed.
Yeah, this should be a very quick race, so don't go anywhere. On stream tonight, we have Captain Green 7, who has won, I think, the last two times we've had a battle royale in this format. Fred Coughlin, the creator of the Randomizer, who's also done very well in those battle royales. Scytown, who was the runner-up in the fall tournament last week, or the last tournament. We have another tournament coming up that I've been asked to plug, but and Jay Coper, longtime stalwart of Zelda 1 and Zelda 1 Randomizer. So we are readying up. We have, as you can see, the tracker's all filled out with all the items. We are familiar with the seed. We know where people are going. The flags for this, couple things to note: extra bosses are on. Remove most open staircases is on. The idea behind that is it creates more item blocks, which it in fact does. There are quite a few required items in this seed. And looks like they're off.
And I wonder where each of the runners are heading first. The same direction so far.
The wood sword is on the Coast Shop Cave, so I imagine most of them are going to go there first.
So far, we have a nice overworld with normal overworld enemies, or am I just hoping that's nice?
Yeah, there are a lot of darkness on the overworld and a lot of wizrobes on the underworld. So,
great spoilers.
Yeah, there's some tough combat in this seed, but
and we see Fred with one heart getting to that wood sword.
Yeah. Now, the first thing they're going to want to do is farm a bomb. There wasn't a really easy way to buy a bomb shop, to like hit a bomb shop that I saw. So you can see them farming these moblins and hoping to get lucky.
Scytown got really lucky.
Yeah.
Second moblin.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going into this take any.
And we also see Fred got some bombs somewhere, and I see, ooh, Captain Green is playing dangerous with half a heart.
Fred going to the take any at level 1. There were several take any's that were near enough to the sword that they wouldn't be crazy, and Jay Coper went to the one at the Armos 10, so they all kind of went different directions. I know Fred was going in practice to the one that Jay Coper just got, but I guess he decided to do something different this time. So Captain Green heading into level 3 first. It's an interesting play because there are two rooms full of Gibdos in this level. The White Sword and the Wand are both potentially available in the seed. So, but he's going with bombs and Wood Sword. Scytown, meanwhile, going to level 1 first. He'll be getting the ladder and possibly the wand out of here.
Was that a large secret I saw on Jay Coper's screen a minute ago?
Well, he has 93 rupees. The large secret was 92, so he must have grabbed one, yeah. He's taking the any road up to the graveyard. I wonder what he's doing with that. He might... there was no... You didn't necessarily have to buy anything in this seed, but I guess he is. So Captain Green just got the power bracelet out of level 3. He actually can't complete level 3 right now because the Triforce is ladder blocked. So he grabbed the power bracelet and left, and he's going to that any road too.
Speaking of the ladder, Scytown got his ladder out of 1.
Yeah, and there was Scytown actually. There's a safety heart. One room out of the way from that staircase that Scytown took that he did not go for. Jay Coper. Okay, so Jay Coper's in level 1 too, also getting that ladder out. Meanwhile, Fred is in level 6. This Moldorms he's about to kill is going to give him a white sword. He does not have a ladder, so he's going to have to take the transport staircase to get to the Triforce in level 6.
And we just saw Scytown take a death in level 1.
Was it the land molus?
Something killed him. I
Yeah.
saw the death animation. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. The Triforce in level 1 is guarded by a nasty room of land molus, which you'll probably see Jacob dealing with in a minute too. The level 1 has the wand in it, and it's a little bit out of the way, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone went to go and get it just to deal with those land molus, and that looks like the direction Jacob is going in.
And Captain Green is in level 2, and I think Captain Green is looking for those silvers.
Yeah, level 2. Yeah, I guess. I mean, the early power bracelet play that he made only makes sense if he's doing level 2 early. So yeah, he's grabbing those, and he's getting the heart out of level 2. I know I looked at a couple ways through level 2, and it looked like that was a little out of the way, but I guess he made it work. These keys are going to give him the Triforce, so he'll be out of level 2 real quick.
Though, to note, speaking of Triforces, Fred got his out of 6.
Yeah. And so Fred's probably going to go over to level 4, which is right 2 screens away. And so this white sword is going to serve him well because he's got a nasty room of blue Lionels he's going to have to clear coming up.
Though I do notice the divergence between Scytown and Jacoper. Jacoper went for the wand in one, while Scytown did not.
No. And Scytown managed to take out those blue land molus with the wooden sword. Very impressive. Scytown's combat is certainly elite level. And where are people going next? Captain Green looks like he's heading towards the Death Mountain levels. Sure, 6 and 4.
Though I'm hoping there's not a lot of bows, or Scytown is going to regret that decision unless he goes for the bow and silvers fast.
Fred taking the time to clear these blue Tektites to get this safety heart right here. He's got a the bow is in level 4 where Fred is now, and he's gonna need to be careful because the room is a little bit dicey.
And I saw Jacoper got his first Triforce out of 1, so now all the runners each have a Triforce.
Yep, we are. So this is the bow room that Fred's clearing now. Very nice. And then this Dodongo right here is going to give him his Triforce real quick, so he'll be on his second Triforce fast. Meanwhile,
Captain Green is avoiding those land molas or moldorms. Why can't I remember the difference right now? It's like crazy. All I know is that they move fast and they're annoying.
And so Captain Green got his white sword, which Scytown is picking up now. And you can see the difference. Scytown got the ladder first, so he's just going to go straight up. Captain Green had to go take the transport because he came here without the ladder.
Though I'm wondering, since Scytown is in 6 right now and Fred didn't choose to route it, I wonder if Scytown is going to route that any key into the...
The answer is no. The any key was in that spiral with the likes that he just passed through. There are a lot of keys around in this seed, so you didn't necessarily have to get it. I know some people were talking in Discord about whether to get it or not, and I don't know if anyone did, but Scytown walked right past it.
And we see some simultaneous Triforces. Scytown getting his Triforce out of 6 first, followed by Captain Green. And
Yep.
Fred finally made his way to...
And Jacob are not far behind them, also in 6. He now has a wand and a white sword. And with the ladder... That's interesting. He has the ladder, but he's taken the transport stair path. I'm not sure if they were materially different in speed. All right, now Scytown and Captain Green both in this Lionel room. which was this and a couple other rooms were the reasons for when I was routing this out. I was like, maybe I should volunteer for comms this week.
And I just saw Jay Coper take out those Moldorms, if I'm correct, out fantastically with that wand. It is coming into good use.
The Moldorms are the ones that look like fireballs. The land molas are the others.
Oh well, they all start to look the same. So Sci-Town is playing very risky with half a heart in the room with Lionels and fireballs. And a piece. At least, no, that's not a...
That's a clutch fairy for him. He gets his bow, and he will get his Triforce.
Again, Sci-Town and Captain Green simultaneously getting their Triforces.
Yep. And simultaneously getting their bows as well, more or less. And... so Fred's in level 1 and Jay Coper's in level 4. So I assume since Fred's done so much combat and he has the white sword, he will not be going for that wand.
I'm holding my breath right now for Jay Coper. One heart, though, has managed to take all those Lionels down without a problem. Again, the wand is just saving Jay Coper's butt this time.
Jay Coper basically invented swordless speedrunning. He's very comfortable with that wand.
So we see Captain Green making a play towards level 8, while Sci-Town is heading to level 3.
Alright, now, Captain Green in 8, this is... that he damage boosted through that nasty Wizrobe room, which is nice to see. He's going to be heading up and takes out this Goma. Behind this Goma, in a few rooms, he's going to get to the Triforce and probably the Red Ring, although obviously the Red Ring's not required. It's one room out of the way, so I would be very surprised if he skipped it in a race.
And according to chat, I just found out that Jay Coper, who was on half a heart, died in that bow room. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's a tough death because not only it's the very bottom of the level and you have to re-clear 2 tough rooms.
So I see people are avoiding level 7 today. Well, where's the love for 7?
Well, you can't get to 7 without getting the raft, which is in level 8, and it looks like Captain Green will probably be getting the Triforce and then going back into level 8 for that raft, because this Red Ring that he just picked up and the Triforce that he's going to pick up in a minute are in a completely opposite direction from the raft, which is required to get to 7.
So if Captain Green is going to head back into 8, I'd say why not pick up that Red Ring, because that Red Ring can make runners real comfortable.
Sci-Town now heading into level 2 to get those silvers. This is very interesting. Jay Coper is buying wooden arrows, so he must be routing. Level 2 later than level 8. That Goma that you saw Captain Green take out is absolutely required to get the Triforce in level 8. So the only reason to buy arrows would be if you didn't want to get the power bracelet out of 3 and and then the silvers out of 2, which you'll see which you just saw Sci-Town pick up. Interesting decision.
Well, on Jay Coper's screen, we see some blue whiz robes. And then we just get some keys. That's lack. And we see Sci-Town back on the overworld, heading into level 5.
Yeah, level 5 both has 2 heart containers in it, which I doubt that anyone's going to go out of their way for. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but there's the Triforce is guarded by a Gleeok, so Sci-Town's going to be doing his best to keep his health, because I would have chosen to do level 5 later, just so you have the red ring and the Gliok is free. It's not free with 4 hearts, so. And he just died to the Landmos, so.
Back to start he goes.
Jakeover, meanwhile, in level 8, taking a bit of a different path.
I believe Captain Green just entered level 7 only to get hit only to get met with Wizrobes in the face.
Yeah, you had to pass through that Wizrobe room. I wasn't looking to pick up the recorder that was on the floor in the middle of all those Wizrobes. I imagine so, because it's a quick travel, and it's not, you didn't have to kill the Wizrobes, you just had to walk through them to grab it. And
at least you didn't have to clear the room.
Yeah. But clearing those Tektites to grab a key, and he'll have a Gliok in an NSU room. Red Ring putting in work here.
And we saw Jakeover get his Triforce out of 8 and is heading back in to get the raft.
Now, Psytown, no red ring, 1 heart, clearing a Gliok. We'll see how he does with that. Yeah.
Oop, takes a death and back to start he goes. And Captain Green went out on the raft to go take the raft to go on the raft again.
Maybe he didn't pick up that recorder, because I would have whistled away from there just to avoid that. But oh, he hasn't done level 1 yet, has he? So he had to go this way. All right, so Psytown going in for round 2 with that Gliok in 5. Jakeover picking up his raft in 8. Fred also in 8. I didn't see if Fred had done the raft first or the Triforce first, but I think Triforce first makes sense, just because you get the red ring to go through those Wizrobes a second time. But so Captain Green has his ladder now, and he's doing his cleanup in level 1. And the ladder will let him go back to level 3 to pick up the Triforce pretty quickly.
I mean, on the bright side, Captain Green got some of the longer dungeons out the way and only has to worry about 1, 3, and 5 before heading to level 9.
He also has the red ring for these blue Landmos, which is very nice, because I think we saw Jakeover take a death from there earlier. So
I believe so. So he can just tank on through that. Yeah. And we see Jakeover heading into level 7 right now as we.
Jakeover has not picked up any extra heart containers. The only one on stream to still be on 3 hearts.
So I see Psytown stalking around this room, creepily walking around the room from those Wizrobes, and gets out successfully.
Jakeover does grab that recorder as he makes his way through 7. Fred going back in to grab the raft now. He has got his red ring. Gibdo bandages look bloody. And
So Psytown is playing a very risky game with 1 heart right now. And I see, Jakeover, never mind.
Yeah. Psytown, the combat at the by the Triforce and the red ring isn't super tough. It's just Tektites, and although the Tektites did roll up, so you see runners using silver arrows on the Tektites so they don't take more than 1 hit. But
Well, Jakeover is being really smart about taking out that Gliok by going into its big body, because I know that doesn't count for a hitbox or something, and was able to take it out and get the.
Yeah, you can walk right on Gliok's back. You realize a lot of. Sometimes Gliok's a little bit easier in Randomizer, because you can maneuver around him, because he's not in that room that constricts your movement in vanilla.
And Fred is getting his RAF out of 8, and I believe Sci-Town will be going there soon, though not before picking up that red ring.
Yeah. Sci-Town's got his red ring and his Triforce out of 8. Captain Green's in 5, heading to take out that Gleeok. That will be his last Triforce piece. And Fred is on his way to 7, looks like. So Captain Green definitely has a pretty commanding lead among the runners on stream.
At this rate, he's going to be the first one into level 9.
Yeah, and level 9 is just a couple screens away from level 5, so he should be there 30 seconds from now.
Sub 20 level 9 entrance. Saber would be proud.
Question in chat, did Captain Green get the silvers? He must have, yeah. Yeah, I imagine anyone who's done level 2 has the silver arrows. It was very easy to miss because they were the room right below the Triforce, and you'd walk over them, bomb up, and grab the Triforce.
And Sci-Town is getting their raft out of 8. Gonna make a dash for 7, and then level 9.
And at this point, Jay Coper is the only one who's hasn't done level 2, which is why he bought the wooden arrows. So, but Jay Coper just got his power bracelet and Triforce out of level 3. The power bracelet will get him into level 2. So I guess Jay Coper using those wood arrows to delay the levels in the corner to now. Well, he's doing 5 before 2, but.
I'm just curious why Jay Cooper routed the silvers very late into the season.
Well, I mean, I could think of a couple reasons to do it. He might have wanted to go west to east, or and he might have just looked at the seed today and not had that much time to route it, and might not have occurred to him that you could get the power bracelet and silvers in that sequence instead. And not everyone. Not everyone can put like 6 hours into this, so.
Is it just me, or okay, I'm not crazy. That 5 board looks very similar. It's somewhat a similar shape to the 9 palette. And speaking of level 9, we just found Ganon.
Yep. What I'll be interested to see after the Ganon fight is whether Captain Green up in A's returns up. Because he did pass Zelda's Shutter on the way. If he returns up, he has to fight a Patra. If he up an Ace, he has to clear a couple rooms that he already cleared. He's opting to up an A.
That fight went over so fast I wasn't able to comment on it. And Sci-Town is getting his last Triforce out of 7 and is going to make a dash for a 9.
Fred getting his last Triforce out of 5 now. They're gonna be neck and neck heading into 9. Meanwhile, Jay Coper in 2 finally gonna get his silver arrows in a moment here, and then he'll join the rest of them in 9. Captain Green taking a path I didn't even find when I was looking through this, but I'm sure he'll be at Zelda's shortly. Yep, Zelda's door is right here. Get your GGs in chat for Captain Green. First to finish on stream, and also first to finish in the race overall with an official SRL time of 22:39. Very good time for this seed. Someone was commenting in chat. This is actually kind of a long seed for Router's Relish. Some of these seeds go in the battle royales have been sub 20, but this was a pretty tough and complicated seed, and Captain Green, stellar job as usual with routed seeds. He's a very talented randomizer runner and a talented vanilla runner, and this kind of race kind of calls on both talents as well as routing skill, which and he's definitely shown his ability with that. So we got Yeah, Fred, Scytown, and Jacob are all in level. Going to be a, I think Jacob came in a little bit behind them, but it's going to be a pretty close race between Fred and Scytown.
Though, 22 minutes is long for Routers of Relish, and what is short?
Like 18. But it depends on the seed. I cannot imagine anyone sub 20ing this particular seed. We are joined by Captain Green. GG, sir.
Thank you, John.
I was just saying. I know you won Router's Relish 2. Were you in Router's Relish 1? You won 2 as well, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So you've really just excelled at this format. Why does it appeal to you so much?
I think the thing I love about most is trying to win these things on route rather than execution, because Lord knows I've had some poor execution in the past, but I mean, just trying to figure out what the...
Well, don't sell yourself short. But go ahead.
Just trying to figure out like what the safest route is that's still fast and competitive. Because like I Router's Relish 2, at least since like the week 2 on, I've just gone into every race blind of everyone else's route, which seems fair because everyone else is blind to my route as well since I don't stream it.
So Scytown killing that Patra before heading into the Ganon fight, suggesting he will be backtracking north.
And we saw Fred kill Zelda. I mean, Ganon. Which is which now?
Yes, because Fred is playing as the Gyptos, right? He had a Zelda fight instead of a Ganon fight and will be rescuing Ganon. Fred decided that that killing this Patra was faster. I know he made that decision in the last practice stream he did. Captain Green, you up an A from Ganon. Did you consider backtracking through the Patra?
Yeah, this is actually the one thing in the entire seed I did time. And for me, at least, up Aing was about 10 seconds faster and safer.
Certainly, it certainly seems safer just because those room clears, at least if you have silver arrows, are pretty easy, whereas a Patra's a Patra, even with red ring. So
yeah, bombing a bunch of likes is, I felt, not only faster, because you have free bombs in 9 anyway, and Patra White Sword is kind of scary, even with red ring.
Though, what I want to know is how long did it take you to route this seed and organize it so you could optimize it to the best of its abilities? And we also see Jacob taking a dash.
Ooh, that hurts. I mean, fortunately, had he killed Ganon yet?
Yeah.
Okay, if he
killed Ganon, and speaking of that, Fred just found Zelda. Found.
Yeah, if he killed Ganon, that's not that bad of a death. It just means he has to go the other direction. So yeah, Fred's done, Scytown's done. We have some finishes off stream as well. So Fred was in 4th place with 25.58, and Scytown in 5th place, 26.18. Off screen coming in before them, C-Phil in 2nd place with 25.20. King Doll in 3rd with 25.44. King Doll, another who's done a lot of these.
Do you have any advice to people who want to run this category in the future?
It's mostly just trying to keep it as safe as possible. Whatever route you feel comfortable doing deathless is the best possible route, because as someone mentioned in IRC, doing it in a no reset race is a lot more pressure and a lot more difficult than practice.
And Jacob finishes up in 4th on the stream, 6th overall, 27.14. We got I think there are at least 3 or 4 runners still going. So I think there's at least one person who said he didn't route the seat. Someone gave him notes, but otherwise. So I imagine that the SRL race may go on for a while.
And we are joined now by Fred.
Good evening.
GG, sir.
Oh, thanks. That was a rough one.
What did you find roughest about this?
Just some of the combat there. I mean, Captain Green clearly crushed it, because I know he finished in a race 40 seconds faster than my PB. So clearly, I'm gonna have to go back and see what he did. But just some of the combat there in 4, a couple of the deaths. There was a death there, death in 1 to the lovely blue Landmo. I just couldn't clip onto the block the first trip. So Costs a little bit of time, but it's what it is. It was fun one. I love doing these things.
Yeah, we got Scytown in the booth with us as well. GG.
Oh, thanks, guys.
So, I mean, not to pick at what might be an open wound, but how about that Gliok on wood sword with no red ring?
Yeah, I'm so mad. That was, I think I had 4 deaths, and that was not impressive. 2 in the Landmola room in 5, and then the Gliok in 5, and then Landmola's in 1, right? Man almighty.
I believe everyone except one person I cannot remember off the top of my head died in that Landmola.
I've done 2 races today. They were both sub 25. That's about as good as what I can do. But I didn't die on anything but 8. And I didn't die in 8. So I don't know what to even explain that with, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean 8 was the scary one.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, but man, I made everything else look a lot harder that time.
And Jay Coper is here with us too. GG, Jay Coper.
Thanks.
So I have a question. You were the only one who bought wood arrows. Did you decide to route 2 later for any particular reason, or?
It was mostly the overworld and the fact that I could have the red ring for 3 and 2 and not have to worry about anything after 8 once I got the wood arrows.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense because you were also the only one who didn't pick up any extra heart containers. So rounding the red ring earlier would be a priority if that's.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
The only heart container I was considering picking up was in 8 after going through the Wizrobe room because I was using that for a 1 heart refill, but then I didn't get hit this time, so I didn't pick it up.
You didn't even.
You were also the only one to get the wand on Reach.
Yeah, I don't have any regrets with that. It was a good, 5 rooms out of the way or whatever, but it made it much safer. I mean, I died in the bow room anyway, but that was just me being too careless in the blue Lino room. I should have taken that hit that I did there. So, no, I don't blame the wand for that. I just blame myself for being silly there.
So we're being nudged to plug the 2020 Random Percent tournament that's coming up. Since you're with us, Jake, over and you're an administrator for that tournament, you want to tell people about it?
Yeah, the tournament starts very soon, in about a week. So we're trying to get a quick turnaround on everyone registering for it. It's a little different than the Random Percent in the past. 8 Triforces is always going to be required to enter level 9, so you know what you're getting as far as that goes, but you're going to start with a random number of Triforces, so you could have to pick up anywhere between 1 and 8 Triforces, or, I mean, even no Triforces, I guess, to get into 9, but at least you'll know when you find 9 if you'll be able to enter it or not.
Yeah, it's an interesting switch because instead of finding 9 and figuring out what the entry is, you know on your menu approximately what the entry requirements are, and then you have to. So it's.
Yeah. We wanted to try to limit the 9 rush aspect of Random Percent just a little bit, and also use the new options of starting with Triforces and starting with items and things like that. So, yeah, there's certainly going to be a heck of a lot to think about, and I guess it's not a tournament that's necessarily for the faint of heart, but no, if you join, what's the worst that can happen?
I'm sure anyone who watches my races will see. So,
yeah.
Thanks to Speed Gaming for the restream. Thanks to Threech for doing the tracking in the background here. This is a really tough race to track because it moves so fast. And thanks to my co-commentator, K-Tap. Congrats again to Captain Green on the win. Thanks to Scytown and Fred, who have, I think they've already left. So, but thanks for joining us on Restream. GG's again, guys. And I think unless anyone has any last words.
Just thanks everyone for doing that, and make sure to come back next week for a preview of the tournament flag set.
Yeah. Next week at the same time, we will be doing the tournament flag set, which will probably take a little bit longer than this race, but unless it's but it's random %, so you never know. And I think that'll.
So we can at least say it's actually randomized.
Yep.
Anyone?
All right. Good. Thanks everyone, and we'll say good night. Good night.